Not uncommon to hear the phrase, that's a man's job. And I want to hear your thoughts on that particular phrase.
So remember, just oppose their views. It's super simple.
There are men's jobs and there are women's jobs. I mean, I think we all, I mean, we're not saying that that doesn't exist, right? I mean, you're not.
We are kind of saying that.
It's just like if you pull up to a garage and you got to get like an alternator replaced and there's a woman mechanic, the majority of men and women are going to look at that and be like, hey man, I'm all for, women's rights. I mean, who isn't? But I also want my car to run well.
You can feel it. I can't take it.
We're going to discuss some of the most influential women, who you think they are, and sort of what gives them that influence. Michelle Obama, Shonda Rhimes. Women can do all sorts of things.
These are, the Michelle Obama thing. I slept with a man.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think Michelle Obama is a fantastic example.
Right, but she wouldn't be in the White House if her husband hadn't gotten her there. I mean, very pretty. Very pretty.
Woke meets reality, and the crowd goes wild.
Saying that there's a distinction between sex and gender in as much as a man can, wear pink and bake brownies. I disagree with that. I'm not saying that men can't act in a way that's somewhat effeminate. I'm just, I guess I disagree with the notion that if a boy wears pink and bakes brownies, that he is in some true sense a girl. I don't think that's possible.
Well, if they identify as a girl, then they would be.
If I identified as a rhinoceros, that wouldn't make me a rhinoceros.
Are you a rhinoceros?
No.
Rhinoceros has like a biological definition, whereas woman does not.
I think woman does.
The woman, it has like a definition, but it has nothing to do with like genitalia or chromosomes or physical appearance.
I think usually you would say woman refers to female, for instance, like gendered nouns, but now it refers to this gender ideology. But use whichever term you like. Why doesn't it have something to do with bodies?
I mean, bodies are like an aspect of it, but that's not what it's referring to. It's referring to someone's identity.
And where does the identity come from?
From their conception of themselves.
They conceive of their identity, but on what basis?
Biology doesn't care about your identity crisis.
I don't think it's disingenuous to acknowledge my faith, and I told you the reason why we signed this and created a statement of faith.
It was disingenuous to have such a long presentation without explaining that Students for Life was a religiously based organization.
So I need to stand up and be like, hello, my name is Kristen Hawkins. I'm a mom of 4. I live in Idaho. I'm a Christian. Is that how you would like me to? I don't believe in introducing myself with labels.
I've lost it. I've lost patience with this.
I don't understand. Why do you think in every conversation you have with anyone, you make them tell you immediately whether or not they believe in a God?
No.
Why would you want me to do it?
Why do you create these putting words in my mouth? I merely pointed out that in your presentation, you are disingenuous to not tell what the basis for the Students for Life is.
I told you, sir, some of our Students for Life members are atheists who just believe humans are special and know what science teaches us, that the child in the womb is human. Other people would say their basis for being pro-life is that they know all humans have value because they are created in the image of a maker or God. It varies in the pro-life movement, sir. It's not uniform.
I'm not saying anything about the people, I'm saying about the organization. You go to its website and it says it.
Yes. Yes, I had to become a faith-based organization. Let me be very clear. I had to become, after 18 years, a faith-based organization because Democrats in Washington, D.C. want to shut down organizations like me and silence us. And we were afraid that Kamala Harris would win and we'd instantly face reprisals and attacks for being an anti-abortion organization. And I knew legally I could protect myself, my supporters better if we're a faith-based organization. I am not ashamed to tell you that. That is how unhinged Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party has been because they do not believe in freedom of speech, sir. They would literally say my organization shouldn't be around, that I shouldn't be allowed to do what I do. Do you disagree with that? Do you think Kamala Harris loves me?
I don't feel
Oh, sure. You want to come down? You want to ask a question? Or?
Woke tyranny forces pro-lifers to become faith-based just to exist.
Do you believe that they should give the land back to the Palestinians?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you believe we should give the land back to the natives in America? No? Are you gonna say no?
So where would we go?
What do you mean? But the Jews were there first. The Jesus was there first. Do you not read the Bible? The Bible is not real? You tell me. I went to Israel. If you're a Christian, you should go to Israel and see. You're talking about, there is physical evidence. King Solomon, King David, the city of David in Jerusalem. They existed there. The Jews were there way before anybody else. Do you think that Hamas was right in what they did?
No.
But what is Hamas fighting? I want to just this last question. What is Hamas fighting?
It's a freedom group.
Freedom group?
Yes, they lived there for 20 years in prison.
So did they do? Was it right?
You're in 20 years prison. You had nothing to do with your time. What do you do?
So you saying they're right by what they do?
I don't say killing is a good thing.
Then what else they gonna do? They had no choice.
They have no choice.
This is exactly what I think I'm gonna finish. This is exactly what I'm saying. When people say we're pro-Palestinian, free Palestinians, they actually want to obliterate the Jews.
Land back. But only for some, liberals just flunked Logic 101.
Why are you out here, and what are your thoughts on Turning Point?
I am protesting the Riley Gaines event because I believe that everything that Turning Point stands for is trying to bring segregation back, ban books, and do a lot of really, really terrible things, and Charlie Kirk.
Okay. And you said segregation. What is Turning Point doing that's segregation?
Trans people are people,
okay,
which a lot of people want to try and argue, and there is no reason that people shouldn't be able to participate in the sports that they want, and that within itself by definition is segregation, a form of segregation.
Okay. Final question. What is a woman?
A woman is anybody that identifies as a woman.
You can't use the term woman in your definition of a woman.
It's anybody that identifies as such.
Calling women's sports segregation? This activist just redefined stupid.
We're getting arrested.
Yeah, Trende Aragua gang members that are in the country illegally. That's a good thing that that's happening, thank God.
What articles? Can you cite them?
ICE arrests nearly 200 Trende Aragua members, prepares deportation flights to Venezuela. This was just a report that I pulled up from February 5th, but this is what being widely reported on. This is one of the most violent gangs in the world that Joe Biden and his open border Democrats imported to terrorize the United States, which is just really loving and amazing.
Yeah, you know it's also one of the most violent gangs in America? Proud Boys.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are.
Not by a long shot, actually.
Not by a long shot. Okay, how about the KKK then? They're a gang.
Me, one murder the KKK has committed in the last 20 years.
Oh, honey.
No. Let her answer.
Oh, honey.
That's fine.
In the last 20 years? Yeah. In the last 20 years. One, I can't give you an example, but they have a hard...
The most violent gang in the U.S.? You can't give one example of a murder over the last 20 years?
Lynchings, honey. Lynchings by lynching.
50 years ago? They're not a pertinent problem right now, right? We should be focused on
They're
people
not
who
a
are actively
pertinent problem
slaughtering
right
people
now?
in mass.
Oh my gosh, your brains are tiny.
I think you're overestimating how much of a threat those groups are. When it comes to the KKK, evil, bad people, I condemn them totally, but I'm not going to pretend like they're like terrorizing Americans everywhere. It's not a thing.
It's like, oh, these are the most violent groups. This is the most violent.
Trende Aragua is way more violent than the KKK.
American people. These are the examples that you're giving me. I'm giving you examples. I'm saying that Proud Boys are the largest gang in America. That KKK is the largest gang.
You're saying that Proud Boys are the largest gang in America?
Most violent. Excuse my language.
What is your basis for saying that, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll pull it up.
They'll blame cowboys before admitting Biden's border crisis.
Sign caught my eye. Pro-life is a lie. You don't care if people die. Wow.
I just think that they don't care about actual people when they're alive. They just care about a fetus, and then once they're here, they don't care about a woman's health or the baby's health or anything. They just want it here, so they don't care if I died.
How'd you come to that conclusion that they only care about them before they're born?
They don't support foster care. They don't support helping anything after the birth. So
do you know that there's 14 pro-life resource centers to every one Planned Parenthood in the country?
No, I didn't.
I mean, that's a lot. That's saying that kind of seems like they care. Why are you pro-abortion opposed to being pro-life?
I'm pro-choice.
You're pro-legal abortion, right? Like you're pro the choice of having an abortion?
Yes.
Pro-abortion?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Glad we got that all evened out there. You're pro-abortion. Just admit it.
She fears pro-lifers while they fund her alternatives. So that's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and entertainment.